Hi all, welcome to another chess24 Banter Blitz. Okay, I'll just 1 moment actually. I'm just gonna get my preview sorted. Okay, I hope audio visual is okay, and let's look at the discount code screen. It's great to become a premium member of chess24. There's a 15% off, whopping 15% off with this voucher code. And there's also, I believe, another promotion because of the current World Chess Championship. So well worth checking out the current promotions. You can use this voucher code for 15% off as well. Okay, so let's go to the challenge page. All right, the challenge page. If I can get the first challenge. And a strong opponent, academic student. Hi there. Okay, let's go. I'll try Sicilian today. In the spirit of the World Chess Championship, knight c6. Sveshnikov. Now knight f6 to provoke knight c3. Otherwise, e5 is slightly different. So I used to play this a lot, the Sveshnikov. Yeah, so we're providing the World Championship line. I'll go with knight b8. Kick this immediately back. This does remind me of a World Chess Championship game. Very funny. It's very good. Yes, I didn't realize we're going to do. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay, so what are Black's trump cards when you try and play this yourself? When you're trying this at home? Well, I believe one of them is the e5 square. When I've been analysing the World Chess Championship games, I believe the e5 square is a good pivot square for an attack. So I'm hoping to be able to use that here to prove that Black's got some major attacking potential. Let's craftily put the queen over here. There is bishop h5 to be wary of, and also that d6 pawn is vulnerable. In fact, that doesn't look good already. What have I done? Knight c4 is keeping me at bay. Okay, yeah, d6 is a problem. Let's try and unwind with this move. Actually, hold on. Rook f6. Rook f6 holds d6, then I still have knight e5. I can challenge this knight. Alright. So knight e5 here maybe. Or this knight takes some bishop c5. Okay, what about f4? Is this dangerous? f4. Okay, hang on. Knight e5. I think that's okay. I think that's okay for a moment. Bishop d7, and there's knight b6 as well. Right, try and avoid bishop c5. So pre-moving queen takes e5 on bishop takes e5. At least there's no nasty knight b6. I didn't really like the look of knight b6, so that's a bit of relief. So here, okay, I think my attacking prospects could be on the up. Okay, this thematic c5 is incoming. So, but rook a e8 and queen h4, or even looking at bishop h2 sometimes. Okay, so c5 is incoming. How deadly is c6? It's not. It's a little bit scary. But let's do this. Yeah, invite c6. I'm going to invite c6 here. For this, I'm going to hold a6 for a moment. It's a little bit scary. What about f3 though? Should white be worried as well if there's things like this? Now rook e4, I think there's bishop h2 and queen e4. Bishop takes c8, I think there's queen g4, there's bishop 8 going back to h3 just in time. However, this pawn pawn looks pretty dangerous. So takes. There's actually queen takes there as well, but so I didn't want to take with the queen. Rook b8. Okay, we're getting a tense position. That World Championship, they had a little bit more time to move than this. Okay, so rook e4, there's bishop h2. C takes, maybe rook b8. Okay. Now, can I just grab the e6 square for queen h3? Now, this looks dangerous to that form pawn if there's no immediate queen f1 to parry queen g2 mating. So bishop e5, queen h3, rook e4, queen h3. Ah, hang on. That is plausible for queen f1. Whoa. Ah, he hasn't done that. So we're getting some variations where it looks dangerous. Queen h3 threatening after rook f6, queen h2 mating. I think this is not good for white. I don't think this is good. I've covered this sort of thing in the World Championship analysis, where queen h2 is now a big threat for rook h6, and here g4 is not possible. I think white's not done this. Oh, there's queen f1. There's queen f1. Okay. There's queen d5 as well. Okay. Now this check, I want to get maybe rook g6, sorry, rook g4 to h4, if that's plausible. Is there enough time? If check, queen e4, rook g4, queen takes f3. So actually, how about this way, h5, h4? Is that too dangerous? That's check and, yeah. Oh, it's a bit scary for queen d5. Do I just stop for a moment, queen d5? Maybe that's the safest with queen e6. And then d5. Yeah, I think I'm going to take time out to play d5. I think he has successfully distracted me here. So instead, if I play for d5, because I don't really like the look of losing e4 followed by f3 in a hurry. Okay, he's on a6. Can I just take out c6 in exchange for a6? How bad is that ending? It's pretty bad. Okay, let's hold on to c8 for a moment. So I want to play for h4 and queen h3 potentially. Get the king out of any checks. My centre pawns look mobile, actually. I've just noticed. So actually dual purpose for mobility and also king safety, I hope. So my centre pawns look mobile. What is that doing when it's at home? What is that doing? This diagonal looks also dangerous. This looks a little bit of a slow ambition, queen b7 at the moment. Maybe I'm wrong. So rook e5 threatened. Okay. Okay. There is e2 if rook e5 and then there's e1 after. So can I play e2 here? These pawns look a bit dangerous. If I get d3, oh, my pawn's quicker here if I get d3, d2. So rook e5, queen e5, queen c8, e1. But if he plays like b6 or a6, don't I just play d3, d2? That's the big question. The queen's kind of in Siberia a little bit. I think my pawns here look very dangerous in the center. Well, this, I can carry on with my pawns with d3 here, I think. Yeah, my pawns are just crashing through. I could play d2 as well. But actually I'm threatening queen g1 here and queen f1. Pretty quick. Okay, that was pretty exciting. Thanks. We did a rendition of a World Championship game. Thanks there. That was good. So it's in Sveshnikov territory. Okay. Don Williams, hi there. Okay, World Championship game again. Theme. This isn't Sveshnikov theme today. With knight f3. That looks not mainline with knight b5, so I think I'm just going to go all out for bishop c5. Bishop outside of the pawn chain on this occasion, because usually knight b5 is kind of causing the hemming in of the bishop. I'll give the bishop a7 just in case also. It's nice that I've got, I believe this is okay at the moment. Otherwise I wouldn't play it, of course. If I didn't believe this was totally okay, I wouldn't just play it. I'm not trying to lose. Yeah, okay. So that's funny. Okay. I think what I'm trying to say is I've played this Sveshnikov before. Yes, before the World Championship hype. And I believe this variation with the bishops outside of the pawn chain is okay. I think that's what I meant to say. I'm eyeing the d4 square. So can I play something like, for example, bishop a7 and knight d4 later? But what to do with his... Okay, his whole d5 strategy here is interesting. I'm prepared to have double pawns. If b4, then trying to win d6. I think there's bishop d4, shielding d6. So even though I'm not prepared... I'm not defending d6 with the queen. I think I'll play bishop d4 here. Or do I? Maybe I can play this, because bishop c6, there's rook c6. Knight d5 after bishop d5. Or maybe I just sack a pawn. I'm not sure I like the look of bishop d4 necessarily. Bishop takes c6 is check. And then taking, I get a weak pawn on d4 after takes knight e2. So I'm wondering a lesser evil move. This. And let's see, bishop c6, rook c6, knight d5, bishop d5, queen d5. And castle, I've got some c-file pressure. And let's look at this again. Bishop e6. F takes this, queen takes d6. Alright, now here, surely... Okay. I think I've got bishop c5 again. Please tell me I've got bishop c5. Bishop takes, rook takes. Bishop takes, queen takes. I'm trying to hold on to d6 in these lines with my king still in the center. That's a big concern about queen takes d6 crashing through. I'm looking for a moment at bishop. Okay, my king's managed to castle. That's good news. So can I put some pressure over here with g4 g3 plan? Because I've got that nice bishop I don't usually have in the Sveshnikov, so I might as well do something with it. So g4 h5 h4 g3. So g4 here, he's got queen e6, bishop e6, there's queen takes e6, and there's knight b3. Okay, I think I need to do something about, he's got good d4 square control. What if I took this out, this guy, and then played knight d4? What am I trying to do here? If I played this, I'm trying to solve some issues with the position. Knight b3, maybe I just take that there. Knight takes, bishop takes. Alright, I think I can just take this guy. So it still seems a little bit solid over there, thankfully. For the moment, let's get the king instinctively on a dark square, because my bishop's on a dark square. I have a sense of security if my king's on the same colour as that bishop without a counterpart on dark squares here. But he hasn't even got a light square bishop, so I guess also gives rise to rook h8 later, maybe. So something like h5, g4. Okay, he's playing on the queen side. If I play this, is there knight c7? I'm not sure knight c7 is doing anything. So I'm going to try and discourage a6 with this pin for a moment. Bishop d4 is out of the question. I think he just takes. Let's see. Is there kingside operations? h5, g4, h4. Maybe the form pawn h3 threat with rook h8. Try and get a form pawn for queen f3 later. I think that's a key plan. It seems to me anyway, a key plan. This h-file looks dangerous enough for a pawn. Or is it? I sack a pawn, rook h4, queen f5, takes, doubles, h3, g4, g3, rook h3. I think that's good enough for a pawn sack to quickly double the rooks on the h-file. So takes, rook h8, queen g4, rook h4, queen f5, takes, double the rooks, h3, g4. And I think that's good for black. Okay, so I'm encroaching over here. Is encroaching the right word? I don't know. I'm doing something over here. I don't want him to dominate the light squares, so I don't want queen h3 in a hurry. Queen g6 seems to eye nicely. It's supporting g4 and eyeing the center. Now, as long as this knight's not hopping somewhere, will I get my form pawn? Or a form pawn? Okay, I'm getting a form pawn. Is it better to play g3? I think g3 marks out the dark squares. Okay, it seals things, but nevertheless, I don't think it's over here. No, I don't want to draw. I think I'm better here. I might be wrong, but... Okay, so I've got that pawn. And, okay, I'm giving him a dangerous d pawn now. And there's knight e6. Oh, that is dangerous. Okay, I think I need to stabilize my pieces. Get them out of the way. For knight e6. I'll do this. There is queen e4 for knight g5. E2. Yeah, that was scary in the end. Thanks, Don. Yeah, another scary. Is this a day of the Sveshnikov? In celebration of the Sveshnikov, that would be classic. Okay, bring on E4, guys. Let's play the Sveshnikovs today. You want to test me on my Sveshnikov? I used to have it as wallpaper. No lie, I used to have it as wallpaper when I was about 15. So come on, let's play these Sveshnikovs. My Epson printouts for the Sveshnikov. I remember them. I thought there would be a day when that intensive research would come handy. It's today. That day is today. In the Sveshnikov. So we're going to have this wimpish knight d5 again. Okay, are we going to have the proper c4 instead of this poxy a4 in the World Championship? None of this poxy a4 is it going to be? Yeah, a4. You don't believe me. C4 is the main move. I don't know where this a4 comes from. I don't know why there's some weird, strange fetish for playing a4 instead of c4. Surely c4 is more strategically relevant. Ask AlphaZero. Yeah, c4 much better. Am I worried? Am I worried about this knight c4? I've got maybe I should be. There's b4 after. Hold on. Okay. It is a bit of a pain, I must admit. It is a bit of a pain. If I did this, yes, I've watched Matthew Sadler's AlphaZero enabled analysis, and I think AlphaZero wanted to play rook f6 and h6. So here I am playing it under the recommendation of AlphaZero. What do I want to do with this rook? Can the rook swing over to the king side? I'm wondering, thinking Leela. Can it swing over to the king side later with rook g7? I'm hoping so. I'm not going to bury my rook on b8 doing nothing. It's going to have a career, a career prospect for rook g7. Yes, it's perfectly logical to play this. Why didn't I consider f3? Crying out loud. Why did I play f3? Hang on a sec. Do I need? Wait. Do I need any more encouragement for f3? Okay, maybe a little bit. The knight's also potentially stranded. Maybe bishop f6 is not good. Okay. Maybe the knight is a tactical liability. Okay, I'm wondering queen e8 though to g6, leaving the knight from. I can go into a pin. Queen c2, queen g6, f3. It's not that particularly nice to have as a tactical liability. So okay, let's drop it back for a moment. Maybe g4. It does support g4 from f6 without being a tactical liability. So g4, rook f7 to g7, that sort of thing. g4, rook f7 to g7. Is g4 a move? Or is it running into something horrible? Let's just prepare this. I don't want all this parasitical hijacking stuff with g3, which I've just presented as a target. Let's just, before I present any targets, I'm going to build up in this area. Before presenting any targets, there's at least going to be one rook on g7 here. Rook g7, g4. Then I watch out for g3 and f3, biting on what I've given. Okay, hypermodern. Okay, waiting for constructions to destroy them. So g4, g4. Is there going to be a bishop e5 for d6? I'm watching out for these forcing moves. Can I get away with g4 here? Okay, very tense moment. What does white do? I think any analysis, I need to see what white does before analysing this. It feels like a waste of energy otherwise. So, there. Okay, I don't want to lock down with g3, particularly. I think I want this g-file on this occasion. Can I actually double the rooks somehow? Alignment on the g-file. Knight g4, evoking some weaknesses. So I have knight h6 to f5 potentially on h3. He doesn't want to play h3, does he? So if he doesn't play h3, there's bishop h4 with support for knight f2. Things are brewing, I feel. This exchange sack has to be entertained, potentially. Okay, can I just double the rooks on the G file for a moment? Let's double these rooks. Bishop G3, HG, I'm just checking it out. Forcing sequences. No matter how crazy. Okay, my bishop's protected at the moment. Knight f2 was winning the exchange, I've just realised. Knight f2, if I wanted to win the exchange, that would have been a good idea. I think he's damaged his possession with that. That's a panic, because there's rook h6 potentially. So I think I should take that. With the idea, just bishop f6 for rook h6, or rook h6 immediately. King g2. No, not okay. No. No, bishop g5 to shit to queen takes, bishop takes. There's no check that wins the exchange, and it's also supporting rook h6. So I'm threatening rook h6. I'm not impressed by the alignment of the rooks and queen here compared to my alignment. I think my alignment's better here. It's more direct, it's more straightforward. Okay. There's potentially for knight e3 if I can get this working, knight e3 as well. But bishop takes from rook h6 seems convincing enough. Because where's the queen going? It's like checkmated. Thanks for the game, Polly. Yeah, exciting Sveshnikovs today. Okay, Tricon. Okay. Are we going into a Sveshnikov as well? Day of Sveshnikov. Day of the Triffids. Day of the Trifons. My name's I got that a bit. Day of the Triffids. Yeah, because the name Trif. Okay, anyway. So, day of the okay, Sveshnikov. So e5 here, d6 again, enter the Sveshnikov. Oh, we have a proper Sveshnikov, do we? Karpov favourite, early knight d5, was it bishop f6? Trying to discourage a4. I think this is a recommendation from years back. Maybe Daniel King somewhere. To try and discourage a4 with rook b8. Alright, now I used to play it with g6 and f5. In fact, I'm going to do it with g6 and f5, I think. There's a problem with f4 though sometimes. Fracturing my pawns. Is it too ambitious here? It might be. I'm going to find out. Now if I just drop back here instead of taking, because I don't like my pawns being fractured, I'm going to drop back. I don't think I'm losing f5 immediately. This g file is something to celebrate soon. like with king h8 potentially, get my king off the light square, because this check could also be nasty with this loose piece on c6. So something like king h8 and rook g8, in theory. Again, it's so sharp, I have to really wait for the opponent to move, because I feel it's like a waste of energy otherwise. I could generalize, but it's no point. Such a sharp position. I think e4 might be okay. I've got to somehow defend, haven't I? I think e4 might be okay. There's always bishop c2 to b3, and there's always queen h5. And if queen e8, is there any tricks with queen e8 to be aware of? Because otherwise queen e8 might be useful. Okay, I think queen e8 is going to be handy to evict this queen. Otherwise f5 is under... Bishop b3 is happening. The knights... What about knight e7 instead? Bishop b3... Knight d5, bishop d5, king h8. Maybe knight. Maybe. I can imagine bishop b3. Try and fight this d5 control a little bit, or play knight g6 to keep the tension. I could keep that pretty on d5 and just play on the dark squares a little bit. Maybe that's better. Although knight b4 threatens knight c6, my d6 could be vulnerable soon. Let's say bishop b7. Alright, to stop losing the exchange. It's got knight f5, so I'm getting sort of overloaded. Is there a rook b7 here to at least not lose the exchange? Or rook b6? That's queen b6, hold on. He's left the target on e3. That might be a slip up. In fact, okay, queen b6 immediately. What about this queen b6 immediately? Knight d5, maybe queen a7, just keeping the pin. I'm going to push over here with a4, trying to dislodge his d5 reinforcements. Trying to loosen these reinforcements of that d5 with a4. Interesting way to play the position, I think. If I can do that, then I can play bishop e6 in a less tactically vulnerable way. If there's no bishop on b3. Trying to exert some pressure on that d5 knight. Mind you, I'm giving the knight b4 free of charge. If I played bishop e6 immediately, there isn't an easy way, it seems, immediately to exploit that. Okay, that's intriguing. I think I should do this. Okay. Just to get the... I don't know. Takes. e3 looks nice for knight f4. So it takes knight f4. So I'm not threatening e2 though, immediately. Okay. So if I take, what's cooking here? What about queen e5 instead? Try and use the g file, and also queen e4, keep the tension, queen e4, g file. I think oh, that wasn't clever. Uh-oh, what have I done? Okay, a draw. Fair result. Thanks. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. Too many Sveshnikovs. Okay. Oh, no. Let's carry on then. On the Sveshnikov theme. That was exciting. I remember a lot of the themes were coming back. A lot of the themes are coming back there in that game for me. Let's try this type me out again. Okay, we're going with this very topical line. This is all on the rage, is it? So, I'll go with f5, f4. Alpha 0 recommendation. Let's put the rook on f6 to h6. It does, as Sanders says. Thankfully I watched the video last night before I went to bed. I watched this video at double speed. I checked Matthew Sanders' analysis of this sort of position. So yeah, it protects d6 and is also attacking as well. So this is arguably, it's a very interesting way of playing the position. Oh man, I have to do more late night video watching on the chess24 channel. Okay, I'll kick the knight back for queen d7 to h3 here. Okay, clearly the pawn's pinned. Do I risk... Let's see, he wouldn't play this because of queen h3, would he? So he's going to play g4. Is the queen really misplaced anyway? I'm just going to lock down things for a moment and try and do something with my queenside pieces, which I've just ruined. Let's try and do something with the queenside pieces. something like rook g7, knight g6 to h4. This doesn't look too hot. I don't think this is meant to happen. Okay, no. Yeah. Okay, this doesn't look good. Okay. Why is it all white pieces look great here? Like perfect. Like absolutely perfect. Apart from that, everything's great. A bit of a self pin though. Is bishop e3 doing anything? Alright, that was rook c7. I think that will speed my demise up. What about over here, if I try and do something over here? Try and create a past f pawn or an h file. Alright, rook c7 is incoming. Let's keep an eye on c7. Hold on. Can I keep an eye on c7 one moment? He's looking at g6 now. I'm hoping to be able to move this away on rook f4. Queen g4. Threatens. Parried. Queen d5 threat. Parried. Rook h4 for queen e3. I mean, say that again. Rook takes for, yeah, parried. Is there takes and check? And then a check here to win the rook on d4. Let me just check this. Check. Where does the king go? Oh, there's rook d1. Oh, there's rook h3 in that case. So if the king moves to the second rank, there's a check there. Okay. Don't know. Try it. I'm trying to create this loose rook on d4, but I don't know if this works really. Think carefully because there's rook e8 coming up. Maybe in the circumstances, bishop f6. There's always queen g2. This is a bit of a pain. Can I play queen d5 on d7 or not? Is that f3? Is that any good? Does that actually do anything, f3? Maybe queen d5. Things may be looking up on queen d5, but I'm like a minute behind now as well. Queen d5. Oh, there is a check now. Loose rook. As I correctly predicted, there will be a loose rook to exploit. I know. I'm a genius. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I just got really lucky. I got really lucky. Okay. He was dominating the position. What can I do? I pats a Caesar check, pats a plays a check, yeah? Okay. Then, by pats, I mean me. Okay. Okay, so, okay. Mechanic. Okay, what a fun day with the Sveshnikov. Fun with flags. Fun with the Sveshnikov. Oh. This is literally becoming the day of the Sveshnikov. Evengi would be proud today. Evengi Sveshnikov. Okay, it is my move, isn't it? Yeah, it's black to play. So I go for the knight fork with b4. So there's either bishop f6 or this. Yes, this is topical. Yes, I do remember this. I think Kasparov played this once. Actually, he had a great game against Kramnik. I had video annotated on the Kingscrusher channel. And that was the only time I think Kramnik played Kasparov in the Sveshnikov. It was a really interesting game. I think it might be 97 here. I don't know. Close, anyway, to that position. So I'm emphasizing trying to fight on the light squares here, if I can. Offering double pawns. Because he has restricted my options with bishop g5 and the f5 plan anyway. So I'm turning my attention to really fight hard for d5 control and e4 pressure. This g-file is also fun sometimes in Sveshnikov. F5 is possible here because of this pressure down the diagonal. I think positioning is also good for undermining white central control, particularly d5, e4. So it's tactical and positional, I think, this move f5 here. Try and melt down white central control. I think my first major win with Sveshnikov, there was a guy, Marizenko, who always bet Masters. He was about 23.70. Actually, I remember after the game, someone was saying, "Oh, you get a bit lucky, don't you?" But yeah, no, it gets tactical. Yeah, yeah, it's on Chess.com if you want to check it out. Marizenko against Trifon Gabriel. So yeah, early Sveshnikov. Now, do I take or d5? If I take, actually it might be on h7 usefully. It might be more important to play d5 and then e4 here. Actually, hold on. No, I think he could end up losing a lot of material because of d4 and I'm on the rook, I'm on the knight. Takes, castles, and take the knight. So maybe this takes and d5, just welcome bishop takes. So let's say d4, he takes, his knight's hanging, the rook's hanging. I'm going to go for that, you know. I'm temporarily blocking the diagonal, but I'm going to play d4 here. I think knight f5, there might be queen h7 pinning the knight usefully, because otherwise my knight's attacked here, so queen h7 is a useful pin to, I think, in this position. And then if he has to play g4, then I take the rook. Let's have a look at cd, ed. What does white do there? Okay, I need to take this knight. I can stop white castling with queen g4 or bishop f3, maybe bishop f3, and then ideally e4. Okay, I think that's an ideal. Or is it? I hope it's okay. Alright, there is an idea now. Queen h4, rook g3, queen h2, winning the queen. He just invited me on the dark squares for dinner. Dark squares delight. Queen h2. Fret. Takes queen h2, winning the queen, rather than taking queen h2 check will win the queen here. Let's have a look at this crazy forcing move, knight f5 for a moment. Doesn't do anything. If there was pressure on with rook g8, it might. So, for example, rook g8, knight f5, check. Then there'd be less rook g2. It'll be more about winning a rook or the queen, which I can almost do here. I can win the exchange anyway with queen h2 immediately. Is that actually worth it? I don't like losing control of e4 that quickly, though. If I lose e4, it might not be that great. I'm wanting to keep the rook pinned and going with this rook g8, knight f5 business. It seems to keep more control over the position here. I think I'll do that just with knight f5 idea. Check. And then here, maybe there's a queen takes, rook takes, then win the queen. Quite clean cut. Knight f5, queen h2, queen g2, rook g2, rook c2. Clean cut compared to losing e4. Knight f5, there's rook f3. Knight, maybe knight d. No, it's knight d5. It's knight d5. Okay. Hang on. Knight f5. Takes. No. Let's just drop the queen back for a moment. And I think I'm going to target e3 instead. If he wants, okay, I'm going to target e3 again. There's a check, king h7. I'm targeting e3. Okay, let's do this. There's knight takes and rook d2, winning the queen. Knight takes. Okay, there was. Okay, what's this? When it's at home. Can I put my king on a dark square? Rook f6. Knight e3. I'll just get the queens off. I blundered, haven't I? Okay, I blundered there in the end. Okay, thanks for the game, mechanic. Okay. Duke. Okay. I'm playing white now. I'll try English opening. Play for d4. I think d4 is a good idea. It looks like one plays for d4 in this position. Okay, I'll rule out use of g4 and maybe play for f4. If he ever closes in that bishop, if he takes, he releases that pressure on d4, and this bishop kind of remains a prisoner unless it's coming to this diagonal later, this b8 to h2 diagonal later. So I'm wondering f4 is interesting, maybe. It looks a bit odd in some respect, though. As I'm creating lots of weaknesses, am I? Maybe. No, maybe. I think he's kept the bishop alive, actually, on a7. Well, come on, mouse. I think he's kept the bishop alive on a7. Let's see, g4. Does that work? g4. He doesn't sacrifice, does he? If he doesn't sacrifice, I'm wondering f5. I'm trying to ruin both his bishops. If I can ruin both of them, that'd be great. So f5. If bishop h7, f5. If bishop e6, d5 wins a piece. I'm trying to ruin his bishops. If I play knight d5 just to release the pressure off d4, because if it takes, he's moving the knight, releasing d4 pressure. And that would also give me f6. So yeah, maybe knight d5 for a moment. I'm trying to make sure this bishop's ruined as well as this one. Okay, that releases my knight from d4 duty. If he moves his knight. But it also invites f6. f6 looks a little bit dangerous. I think it needs to be investigated. f6. Knight e7, f6. If it takes bishop h6, I have knight g3 to h5. Let's think about this. Knight d8 or knight e7 or knight b4. Knight b4 ruled out a3. f6 here. Why is f6 bad? Why is it good? It looks like form pawn to me. By the way, I'm selling form pawn t-shirts on the Kingscrusher channel. If you check any of my videos, there's a link to a form pawn t-shirt. I think if you're in the UK at least. I haven't checked other countries. I can't check other countries. Yeah, I'm selling form pawn t-shirts. I'm a fan of form pawns. I thought I'd mentioned that. Okay. Teespring, yeah. YouTube presented it to me as an opportunity. Form pawn t-shirts. Okay, they're available. I was really creative. I found a picture of a pawn and I typed in form pawn under it, and hey presto, there's a form pawn t-shirt. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to this game. So bishop takes g5, queen d2, king h8, queen g5, rook g8. Okay, I've got the form pawn. This bishop's got a good view on the diagonal. What about, okay, something like knight f5. If he loses that bishop, he's losing a defensive piece, isn't he? Isn't he losing a defensive piece? Isn't it now bishop g5? I'm just going to sort of mow his king down with bishop g5. Rook g5. Rook h5, queen d2. I can't see this looking very well for the black king at the moment. Okay, I think I have the opponent's king in sight here. I cannot resist. I cannot resist this move. The form pawn must work here. Queen h6, the form pawn. This bishop's not saying anything anymore. It's been muted. The knight's been muted. The queen's just not doing anything. What is black doing? There's an imminent threat of queen h6. Crushing. Queen h6 threatens. Queen h8. Doesn't matter if the rook moves. There's no checks. There's nothing to say. Black's muted. End of game. Surely. Thanks for the game. Okay. Okay, thanks for the game. Taoyong. Okay, in the spirit of the World Championship, I'm not going to play a Queen's Gambit. Do you want me to play a Queen's Gambit declined? Oh, okay. Since we've started the Subversion Club, let's play the Queen's Gambit declined today with Bishop f4. Wouldn't that be entertaining? No, it's going to be a London system, isn't it? Okay. We were spared the London system in the World Championship. That was good, wasn't it? Not having to see a London system in the World Championship. But we weren't spared the wrath of the Petrov events. Yes, the Petrov. But at least the Petrov has an opposite side castling variation which was used in the last game. So, enthralling opposite side castling variation. Okay. Which is dangerous for white, because Caruana actually mashed up someone in the US Championship. His name now escapes me again. Okay, I'm terrible with names. So E5. Yes, no London system in London. You think Magnus might be playful with the location and chooses opening based on the location. Okay, but he didn't. And he does also play the London system, so bit of a surprise maybe. Is D5 going to be vulnerable? there's things like knight c4 for queen d6. I don't want to present too many targets here. But also there's b5 on the cards. Do I try and secure down against this? b5. I don't mind d5 and e5. Why do they seem so vulnerable? Let's attend to them. Is there like I wonder if there's d4 here. My pieces seem leaning towards d4 now. g4. No, it's been prevented. Let's just build up for d4. Actually, I've noticed something. There's a weakness of the last move there that I can tap into with knight e4 hitting c3. And in fact, if c3 is really a target now with knight e4, then maybe rook c8 is better than rook d8. I think I'll go with rook c8 with the idea of knight e4 looking at c3. Actually, there is also, okay, this queen sack I don't think is working. But also if the bishop moves f5, then later something to do with c3. So I'm thinking f5 for some reason. Yeah, the reason I'm thinking f5 is I want to be able to play d4. On the other hand, this is pinned. This knight's pinned to my rook. So d4 is not all that. After f5 and d4, you can just take. However, I will play f5 for a moment. There is also things like bishop c4 here with this pin. Maybe there's knight takes b4 there. Okay, there's queen takes e3 here. Yeah, knight takes if bishop takes, knight takes if takes, rook takes. Okay, I'm not sure bishop c4 was working. So check. Yeah. Picking up a rook. Not trying for a smothered mate because bishop takes sorts that out. There isn't a smothered mate. Just take the rook here. Alright, thanks for the game, Taliel. Barracuda. Hey there, Barracuda. So we have English symmetrical variation. Okay. D4 here. No, that looks out of place, that move. I haven't seen that before. It looks like weakening dark squares. It looks a little bit out of place to me. Usually d6. Also, it doesn't help this bishop. It's like locking in the bishop. I'm wondering, bishop g5, there's h6. Maybe that's not the way to go. Or is it? I'm confused now. The queen remains a target as well on d4 here. Okay. Let me see. If he doesn't play h6, then queen h4. If he does play h6, okay, he does play h6. My queen's a target. Let's just put the bishop somewhere safe, I hope. So I've provoked that weakness, a committal weakness. Pawns don't go backwards. As long as my queen's not a major target here, then e4 and maybe e5, knight e8, f4. The problem is d6. I'm going to go into a massive self-pin, potentially. What if... let's change this picture a bit. e4, then queen d3. And then rook d1, ad1. Oh, okay. I can put my queen on b1 on knight b4, I think. Well, it's good the bishop's kind of, well, no structural damage needed on knight takes. But knight b4, I think there's queen b1. Right, now go to this d-file business. This looks starting to look a bit juicy now because I'm controlling d5. I've got a nice bind on the position, and this bishop's an increasing prisoner in light squares at the moment. Alpha Zero would be proud of the c8 bishop here being hemmed in, I think. Okay, can I actually double on the d file or knight d5? Knight d5 looks tempting for bishop b6 and then knight c7. Yeah, d5 looks painful. Knight d5, bishop b6. Queen e6, there's knight c7. Yeah, this looks... Ooh, what's going on here? There's knight c7. I'm going to be winning in a whole rook. Yeah. Can I win the queen with h4? h4. Or e3. Maybe e3 with the idea of f4. It's a nice grip on the position. e3 and then f4. Got something going for it. h4 immediately. I'm thinking queen g4, and if bishop f3, there's queen h3. Just wondering e3 just to take out the d4 square from the knight. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do f4 here, I think. Although, d4, now I've got d4 under control. I think I can afford to do that. The bishop's controlling d4. I think queen d3 is plausible. No, hang on. Let's do this to protect e2 and b2. Maybe queen d1 offering exchange of queens. Simple enough. Celebrating positional trump cards. b4 and then knight e7 after b5 with the knight moves. If e takes, knight takes, I think that's still nice. I lose the exchange there. Alright, get the rook out of the way first, and then b4, b5. With idea, knight moves, knight e7 check. Positional tactical, I think. At the same time, b4, b5. Undermines black's central control without losing the exchange necessarily. I don't know, but maybe that's worth it. I don't know. b4, b5 though. I think still worth it, even if there isn't a tactic. It looks like c8's a problem here. Almost like a queen sack. Almost. Tempted. Yeah, I am. I am looking at this now. Queen c8. Sometimes. But knight d5, bishop d5, I win the exchange. Let's see. Knight e7. Okay, let's just win the exchange. I'll just blunder a bishop. I'll just blunder the bishop. Ow. I didn't see that at all. Let's blunder the bishop. Oh, nice idea. Actually, if I don't panic, there's queen f5. That would have been a less panicky move. That would have been threatening. Oh, because I panicked, I didn't see queen f5. Hang on, again, another panicky move. Why not see rook e7? All right, rook e7 here, just torturing the pin. Can I get the queens off here? No. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a bit of craziness. Oh. I had such a good position before I ruined everything. Oh. It's like losing the bishop. Oh. Yeah, what credit to creating loads of play. Counterplay. Credits. Great credits. I thought I had a really nice position though at one point there. Oh, I've gone into E4 mode now. Then just came chaos. I think queen at f5 immediately would have been fine because it was threatening bishop takes and then queen takes b5. Yeah, I panicked after losing the bishop. I don't know if it blundered, counter blundered immediately or something. Is amp around? Okay, I think I might have to abort this. Veteran. Orangutan, huh? Monkey business. Orangutan. Trying to make myself cozy on c5 here. Do I play f5 or I wonder? It's a sort of I do wonder about this now. I think bishop e7 runs into knight g5, so maybe queen e7 more. I don't have to worry about knight b5s here, so queen e7. Because sometimes it neglects c7, so I can play this and then maybe hold a grip on the light squares. But if it's g6, is this diagonal going to be exploited? Can I play bishop g7 or not? I think 1b4 is also sometimes known as the Polish b4. Okay. Now d4, knight e4. I think I have a reasonable grip on things at the moment. If I took then knight e4, isn't there g5 with some sort of hack attack? I guess I have to be worried about c5 though. Let's do a simulation here. g5, c5. Immediate dangers. g4, cd, cd. Knight moves. Queen h4, queen c7. There is rook f7 there. With the possibility of... Let's run this through again. g5, c5, g4, cd, cd. Knight moves. Queen h4, queen c7. What about rook f6? Let's say bishop d6, rook h6. That looks dangerous. I think I'll go with it then. Okay, I think c5 is coming without any counterplay from me. At this rate. Mind you, what I can do is just use the d5 square. Maybe I can take on bishop d5, holding things steady. You can try and undermine later with bishop c4. No, I'm going to lose the exchange on this diagonal. I think c5 was interesting. Alright, let's get this rook round for rook h6, queen h4. Let's do another simulation. e4, rook h6. Okay, no need to. I'm just going to go with queen h4 as a threat now. Queen h4, or in fact, okay, queen h4 looks dangerous. I want to put the king on the light square with this bishop is meeting the king on light squares. So h2, I'm happy to play h2 check to put the king on the light square. Queen f3 is immediately threatened. The bishop e2, bishop e4, f3, queen g3, f takes. I want to keep the queens on for a moment. If I played rook f8 and then f4, just let me check. I want to check this. Takes and something like, okay, let's not check that for a moment. well. It seems as though there's no immediate tactics here. F4, I guess. Yeah, I'll play F4 for a moment. So G4, I guess. E5 locks in the bishop. I think E5 might be good positionally. E5 looks sensible in some respects. Also, this bishop can slip to this diagonal later. If I want to chip away with bishop G4 later. Do I want to take that queen? I don't know if I want to take that or not. My bishop is trapped in its own pawn structure, so okay, I will take it to relieve that bishop from this potentially blocked in structure. Right. Now this check on E1 could be dangerous though. So can I actually double rooks here? Now bishop G4 seems mildly dangerous. Although I'm not sure it's totally sound. On the other hand, I could prepare this with H5 first. Why don't I prepare things with H5 first? Right. I think rook G4 is fun because bishop G4 and bishop F3. I think that's a bit of fun. Okay, thanks for the game. Okay, I think it's 1 o'clock. I hope you've enjoyed today. Let's have a look at the discount screen again today. So yeah, if you want to become a member at chess24, there's a discount code, Kingscrusher. Remember to use that, 15% off. And there might be another promotion at the moment with the World Chess Championship. So it's a very, very good time to become a premium member at the moment. The live commentary has been second to none with free super GMs. I've been watching that avidly. It's the best place I've ever seen for any World Championship to have free super GMs commenting. So really congratulations to chess24 for first class coverage. Okay, hope to see you kibitzing on the game 12 soon. And if it's a draw, which I expect, then we'll have a great time on Wednesday watching the rapid chess. So I'll be with you in the chat, I think, for those occasions. So see you soon, if not before Sunday, then otherwise Sunday. Okay, have a good rest of the day. See you later. Thanks so much.